also known as Worldwide Technology. International something or other. We'll get that. There's Kyle Busch, your current points leader. He is the first to surpass Jimmie Johnson on the season. Let's see how he does here today at Gateway. There is Jimmie Johnson, also waiting to still get out on track. Tony Stewart. Let's see if we can find Kyle Larson. There he is. Getting around here, see if we get some laps on the board. Got 15 minutes of warm-up ahead, and that will be followed by 4 laps of qualifying, and then 200 laps here at Gateway. Worldwide Technology Raceway, WWTR. So Larson gets his first lap in. Looks like he's in 6th at the moment. Currently quickest, Cale Yarborough is 5th in points. Gonna capitalize here. Have a big day. Afternoon, even at Gateway. A little later start. Will be at 4 p.m. local time. Might get a bit into the sunset, which would be nice to see these cars. We have time today for the first time this year. Cale comes across again. Does he improve? No. But Joey Logano now moves up the board to quickest overall. Joey's had a pretty good season. He's 7th in points. Bit of a hiccup at the Indianapolis road course. Best race last week. However, ovals definitely suit this 22. Definitely a force to be reckoned with this weekend. Should I just say this evening? Under 10 minutes to go in warm-up. Still follow along with Logano. Cale Yarborough 2nd overall. Hardwick up to 3rd. Nice to see him the running order here in practice. Back to 4th for the moment. Oh, yeah, now Kurt Busch even goes quicker. See, he was actually tracking down Logano. Let's see if he makes that pass. He did. Yeah, so. See the speed there from Kurt Busch. Back it up with a qualifying one. Exciting to see. Car looks pretty good here. Might even be a quick lap. Wow, pouncing. We got another 34.923. Wasn't quick, but nice pack of cars there. Richard Petty. Saw Kyle Larson in there. Got Kyle Busch and Cale Yarborough side by side. Lots of side-by-side racing here at Gateway. This pit entrance and exits also very unique. A lot of ground can be made up there. Continuing, trying to get by Keselowski and Bill Elliott as Logano remains quickest. Kenseth goes P2. Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, Cale Yarborough. That's your current top 5. Tires going to make a huge difference today as well. be very interesting if we get some green flag stops, how that will all play out. Still with Logano, following Kurt Busch. See if we can check in with the new points leader. As we mentioned at the top, that's Kyle Busch. He's currently running 7th overall, right behind Harry Gant for the time being. Again, looking for a good run today. Hopefully cautions or incidents will go his way. To go in our warm-up session. Jump back to the quickest overall, Joey Logano, as he probably will end out the session as the quickest car here. Still driving behind third quickest, Kurt Busch. See Jeff Gordon here closing in quickly with the fresh tires. 2.5 minutes to go in warm-up. Follow along here with Jeff Gordon. You see how the difference these tires make. Might be able to even put in a quicker lap by the end of this session. He's currently 11th overall, 34.72. 702. Time by 34.8. Looks like at the best line under Rusty there, and probably not going to improve on the lap time now. There's too much traffic. Under a minute to go, and ready for qualifying again. 4 laps qualifying. Should all be used. See, the road courses tend to be 2 or 3 laps, but so far this season we have raced at New Hampshire. Close up for that race was Cale Larson, so keep an eye on that. Very similar type track. Chicago and not very similar, but might get some rub off that Richard Petty was on pole there, so. But New Hampshire, Cale Larson was quickest. Be interested to see if that holds up here today. Go ahead and jump to qualifying. We'll stay with Joey Logano. We'll see what's quickest in practice, and if anybody goes quicker, we'll definitely move to that car in the session. And Logano out on his warm-up lap here. Coming through 3 and 4. Gonna get the green flag this time by. First lap will not be very indicative of where they will be, but lap 2 and 3 I think will definitely show the most speed. Qualifying taking place here at 3 p.m. Get a quick look at the weather while we hit this first lap in the books. 88 degrees, pretty warm out there, 102 degree track temperature. Bit of a breeze, 7 miles an hour, and 43% humidity, but the overall temp is quite warm here. Rounding the first lap, here comes Logano. Looks like goes P2 for the moment, but first will be Tony Stewart in the Home Depot Toyota Camry. Actually, Chevy Camaro, as they do mix it up here with Gibbs. Have Stewart and Labonte running both the Camaro and the Camry. Stewart now, can he back up that first lap and hold on to the first position? Across the line. What do we have? 34-0. Yeah, he does hold on by a decent amount here. Third lap. Couple cars may go quicker. I don't think you'll see a lot of difference. I don't know if anybody's going to go as quick as Stewart. He's got a big gap on the field. Car looks good out of 3 and 4. Across the line. Couple cars go quicker. Dale Sr. up to the front row. However, onto the fourth lap, I don't think we'll see any improvement, and Tony Stewart should be on pole unless someone puts in a lap that is more than a tenth of a second quicker. Only car to break the 34.1 barrier and did it easily, actually. Cross the line. Last lap, 34.2. So yeah, no improvement for Tony Stewart, but he does qualify P1. Great job for Smoke. That is his third pole on the season. One at Indianapolis. We could have mentioned that as well. But Indianapolis and VIR, the other two on the year. So great job for Tony Stewart. Now we will go ahead and move on to the race itself. Let's take a look at the session results. Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Sr. in your front row. Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson teammates on the second row. Cale Yarborough 5th. You got Kyle Larson 6th, Richard Petty, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and Bobby Allison, your top 10. Really, those 10 have been the strongest of the season. And it's been definitely those 10 cars the whole way. Darrell Waltrip further back than he has been. Harvick was quick in practice, didn't really have the qualifying run he was hoping for. Everything pretty standard through the field. Go ahead and move to our race session. .25 miles here at Gateway. It's deceivingly longer than you think. You know, it kind of strikes me as a 1 mile oval. But these long straightaways really add up. Let's take to our camera, starting grid cam. Take a look and scroll through the field, see where your favorite driver is starting today's race. Already went through the top 10. There's your front row, Tony Stewart and Dale Earnhardt Sr. Teammates again on the second row battling for the championship. And you got Larson and Yarborough very much in the fight. Petty hanging on to the outside there. Logano very quick. And there's your points leader, Kyle Busch, on row 5. Denny Hamlin and Matt Kenseth maybe a little further back than they'd like to be. See if they can make their way through the field here today. See a sold out crowd as well to the left. Even got people standing in the parking lot, standing room only at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And here at the back of the field, see rounding out the final row, Michael Waltrip and Clint Boyer. Hopefully they can turn it around and gain some positions on the day. Go ahead and get to the start of this race. And get the engines fired. 200 laps. 250 miles. Should be very exciting here at Gateway. A lot of anticipation here. 4 p.m. start time. Let's check the weather if it's changed at all. 88 degrees. Track temp coming down a bit as the sun's really setting, but the clouds really covering most of the track for the time being. Fortunately, do not have our track map this week, so going to have to perhaps shuffle through the field a bit more to find where our drivers are and check those gaps, so bear with me on that. But we're about to get going green as the cars cycle down to the first gear. Maybe the second gear, I'm not sure how they have it set up here, but Stewart, again, third pole position on the season. Earnhardt Sr. on the outside, maybe looking to get in the lead if he can get a good jump. Away. Green flag in the air. Great start for the front row. And the cars are outside. Not at all what Stewart wants. She could have taken the outside if he had lane choice, but still side by side here through turns 3 and 4. See Gordon slip back a bit and Larson pulled in front. Now down into turn 1. Still side by side. He's pushed out high. He's going to lose some spots. Wide here comes back. Still neck and neck at the front. Earnhardt pulling a bit of a gap. He's going to clear in turn 3. Oh, it's up there. Jeff Burton up in the wall. Cars keep going. Is that going? Yes, it is. Earnhardt gets the lead, but bringing out a caution early. You have Mark Martin and Jeff Burton. Look like they really slammed that outside wall. Oh, Martin's already way out wide. So teammates there with Matt Kenseth. Look like it's too hard. Hard hit to the outside wall. That could be very lengthy repair for Jeff Burton. So we got a few cars it looks like that will take to pit lane. Towards the back at Bobby Labonte, Ken Schrader. But everybody else staying out on track. Jimmie Johnson up to second. Tony Stewart back to third from starting first. Going to be on the inside again, so looking to probably minimize that loss of positions you can have there. Excuse me. It's just so difficult on the inside line. Kyle Busch looks like he fell back a little bit. Maybe also because of that inside line, that disadvantage. Number 3 leading some laps here at Gateway. Still looking for his first win on the season. Said 37 laps coming into today's race, so adding to that total early on. He's got 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s to go along with those 37 laps led. Just had a bit of bad luck here as of late. 4 of the last 6 races, in fact, were DNFs for Dale Earnhardt. Did pretty well at Indianapolis, both the road course and the oval. Almost winning, in fact, at the Brickyard Oval race. So he knows pretty good at these flat tracks. It's definitely a positive sign for him early on. Regarding our pit cycles, about 43 to 45 green flag laps is what we saw in our practice race, so I would imagine this will add to it a bit, but at least 45 laps now, maybe in the ballpark of 47, I would guess. Looks like we will get the one to go this time by. Interested to see how the outside line works for Jimmie Johnson. If he can capitalize the way that Earnhardt did and got the lead on the third lap. Or can Earnhardt hold him off? He does currently have the quickest lap. He is the only one without any air on the nose of his car, so it is only fitting, I guess, that he would be the quickest. We'll be back green in just a couple moments. Hopefully we can avoid any further incidents, as I saw a lot of cars going 3 and 4 wide there off of turn 2. Mark Martin, Jeff Burton with damage. If they can make it back out on track, but about to get the green flag again. Earnhardt Sr. pull away. Looks like Jimmie Johnson got a pretty good start here. See how it all files out into turn 1. Larson as well. He sends it there on the outside. He's going to try to get it down the back straight. He's got it. Side by side for second. Jimmie Johnson pulling away. Mark Martin, I believe, exiting pit lane. Weren't too major, as we mentioned. Doing a lot better this time around. Not seeing 4 wide that we did last time. Battles back here for second. Stewart and Bobby Allison are right behind them. Kenseth going on. Kenseth having some trouble here early on in this race. Just keeping the car where he wants it. Larson's going into second and try to track down Jimmie Johnson. Allison now moving up to third. Outside just really reigning supreme here. Petty's going to get around, it looks like. Even Gordon's moving on Stewart. Earnhardt just wants to get up in line here, hopefully behind Tony Stewart. It looks like he will. So these 4 nose to tails. Oh, behind him, still trying to figure it out. Bill Elliott, David Pearson back in over in 10th or so. But majority of the top 10 now single file. Stewart, as I say, that goes to the outside, trying to make a pass on Jeff Gordon. And they're 3 wide. They are wrecking almost back here. See what happens in this corner. Looks like Waltrip got some heavy contact. He's going to keep it going, though. He stays in the racing. He's in more position. He had heavy contact off of turn 2. See Kowicki now clear of that other group, as it's Hamlin. They're moving in on the top 5. Stewart making moves. It's around Richard Petty here. Fell back on the initial start. Let's see Bernard does the same thing. Now they got speed. Top three. Not getting too far away either. See Larson now even closing on Jimmie Johnson. Quickest lap remains Dale Earnhardt. Yeah, we could see a new leader here in just a moment. Larson all over Jimmie at the moment. He's back. Have to take a look to the outside. He's going to make this move. I think maybe even off this corner. Looking, but Jimmie doesn't give it to him. Gotta have a bit of help from the guy in front of you, honestly, to leave that door open. Oh, going low. Does he have enough grip to make that work? I don't know. That's gonna help Bobby Allison close in, though. Cale Yarborough losing a few spots just in this battle. It's hoping to follow Tony Stewart, who's down to 4th, but instead it looks like he's falling back to 7th behind Jeff Gordon. Larson wants to make this move. He's going to probably have to go to the high side or get a run off the corner. It's just not quite enough. Bobby Allison almost to Larson's right rear. Close call. Oh, but got into the wall a bit in the dirty marbles up here on the high side. And losing second spot. Bobby Allison up to second. And take his shot now at the lead. The Sun back out on the track. 3 wide back here with Logano, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick. You see the field separated by about half the track at the moment, maybe a little less. Top 4, though, separated by less than a second, showing 0.4 at the moment. Very close battle up front. A bit of a gap back to Richard Petty. And we got Tony Stewart making his way back up into the top 3, moving around Kyle Larson to that high side. He's got that car hooked up. Here through the front of the field. And I apologize, I do not have my typical map, so I'm not able to see where the gaps are. So having to shuffle through the field a little awkward, but here's Kurt Busch in 15. He was pretty quick in practice, and right in front of him, Cale Yarborough and Joe Logano. Cale Yarborough. He's 5th in points. Joe Logano also doing very well. He's up in 7th. Right now, struggling after being part of that initial start and restart and being on the inside line. It's just such a disadvantage to be back there on that inside line. just can't get up the track, and right before you know it, you've lost 3 or 4 spots. Top 4 seems to be the best battle on the track, and only separated by half a second up here, so let's stay with this. On lap 23 as we cross the start-finish line. Probably about halfway through this run now, as we take into account those caution laps. And Larson, just noticed, was able to get back by Tony Stewart, but appears Stewart may be able to return the favor yet again here, having that high side. Now looking low into 3 as Bobby Allison goes way up the track. He's going to lose both spots here to Stewart and Larson. So Stewart, P2, where he started, looking for a lead. Or sorry, he started first, looking for the lead. Felt like he started second because of how much he had to drop back on the start, but pole sitter making his way back to the front. He is going to get there. Jimmie doesn't really stand a chance, I don't think. Stewart is on the rear bumper. Let's go on board. So already testing that high side. A lot of cloud cover off in the distance, you see. No threat of rain. Let's run off of 4. We'll set up Jimmie into turn 1. Can't even close enough. Get outside. Inside of that corner. Losing a spot now to Larson, going to that inside. High line is everything here at Gateway. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Very one-dimensional track at the moment. Can the leader keep you behind if you're, just about blocking that line? Now you see the top 7 now really all together. Little gap to Denny Hamlin, and then a little further back to Kowicki. Jimmie Johnson has not won since the second race of the year at Michigan. We were on round 12 and still second in points. Had been first in points from that race, but DNF last week at Mid-Ohio. Not just a DNF, but came in 3rd to last among many other DNFs in that one. Stewart back around Larson, but at the same time, Jimmie's competitors, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Tony Stewart, all performed much better. Stewart didn't have the best run here, but was able to maintain his position in the top 5. You see Stewart just looking low again. It's not going to work, and now he's no momentum down this back straightaway. There's no room for a pass there. Whole top 10 now, almost closing in. Oh, still just the top 7. I thought we saw Hamlin on to lap 30 here. Larson on the outside, going to move back to second. Can Stewart get back up in front of Bobby Allison? about 11 seconds up the road. Not too much of a concern for the leaders. I think their main concern right now is those first pit stops, which are about 15 laps away. See, Jimmie just keeps running it up high, which is forcing the second place car to the inside, and then losing second place that exact corner. Stewart here on the outside. If he can stay up here and then get to Jimmie's right rear, that would be the way to make it. And now Larson here on Stewart's inside. Does not keep Stewart up high enough. So now Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon have all got in this battle. Here at the field, make their way by. See Logano, he's moving up a little bit, slowly but surely. Well, Rusty, he's pretty far back. Jeff Burton back on track. And there is the tail end of the field with Neil Bonnet and Bubba Wallace just ahead of him. This will be the gap now to our leaders. There they are. Oh, we missed the pass forward. You gotta be kidding me. The one lap we don't follow, so we'll go back. Tony Stewart gets to the outside here. Jimmie finally opened the door, and now how does Larson get the lead? They go 3 wide into 1. Unbelievable. Larson then holds the outside. He'll get by. Stewart, in the meantime, gets back into second, still behind Larson. So back to the front. Live now, Jimmie Johnson still holding up this group of cars. Stewart will get around to the outside. It looks like he'll be clear here off of turn 2. Richard Petty trying to follow. Yeah, Jimmie's struggling heavily right now. These tires are just going away quickly. Larson already out by a second. Trying to check the gaps of the field, of course, and Jimmie decides to let the leader by. Until the race. Richard Petty now to the inside. It's not going to really make it work, but are you able to get closer at making it work? I think that's maybe what he's checking, but still not even close. Fresh tires, yes, but anytime we're on the same set, the outside is the only way to make the pass. Earnhardt's going to potentially be there, but Jimmie gets high enough in time. Tony Stewart closing the gap back to Kyle Larson. Way up the track, Jimmie Johnson. Tony still closing up the gap, under a 10th now. Earnhardt's going to put the bumper to Jimmie if he's not careful. Here we go. He's going to get the pass now. Yeah, he was right there in the middle of the corner. Gave Jimmie no choice, really loosened him up. Stewart on the inside. It's very ambitious, but at this point it might work. Stewart, he's got the speed and gets by. Larson's tires must be going. of having to deal with Jimmie Johnson coming back. Earnhardt is clear and gonna try to hunt down the top two. Jimmie responds in 3 and 4. Never count the 48 out. Larson back to P2 for the moment. Regather himself, get back in rhythm. You see Jimmie Johnson still holding on to third. Gordon coming up to fourth. Earnhardt could find himself pretty far back. Oh, he does get up in front of Allison. Just barely. To lap 40. This is going to put us at 1/5 of the way through the race. On board with Kyle Larson in second place. Trying to close the gap back up on Tony Stewart. He's not letting him get away, so... He's got the pace. These guys are also both very quick at Indianapolis. You know Larson and how he did at New Hampshire. Seconds ahead is lap traffic, and we are just about on to pit stop, so this timing very interesting. Could find ourselves right in the midst of lap traffic when it's all said and done. I'm not sure if Gordon's hitting pit lane or not. He's just trying to get back in line, but Tony Stewart may set the tone here. Now 1 second. The tire fall off is very heavy. Got about 10 cars all down the back straightaway here. Bonnet, he's right ahead here in 38. Last car in the relap. Then you got Bubba Wallace and Ricky Wright. See how the leaders manage this to the inside down the back stretch. Looks like Stewart should be okay on the Bonnet. So got a second gap on Kyle Larson. 2 seconds back to Jimmie Johnson. Gets around Bubba Wallace here down the front stretch, so far so good if you're Tony Stewart. Larson getting held up a little bit off the floor. Stewart really pulling away now in this lap traffic. Larson losing ground, and Jimmie Johnson third place. He's about to get to Neil Bonnet probably within the next lap, so the gap's really starting to spread. I think Harry Gant might be hitting pit lane. Spot at this track. Something to remember if you're one of these cars coming down for the first time. Larson now clear of any cars between himself and the leader, so that's important before pit stops get underway. They are side by side. right in front of the leader for 33rd. That's Boyer and Irvin. Kyle Larson, he's looking to come in. I think Stewart wanted to, but he's got right here. He was outside. He's going to get to the bottom. Splits the two cars and turns 3 and 4. See if anybody else is making the trip with Larson. There's many of those top cars. I would say at least 6 of the top 10 there. So had to be quick up the camera work, but here comes Tony Stewart now, and he was clear of the lap traffic. Dale Sr., Bobby Allison, they stayed out for Wiki. Right there. Now let's jump to Kyle Larson, who's exiting pit lane. Through 1 and 2, very sketchy pit exit. Hard on the gas here down the back straightaway. We're going to get out in front of these lap cars who are also entering pit lane at the same time. So we're on the way through this race. Larson off of 4. Let's see where Tony Stewart is. Exiting. The Earnhardt was there, so it's down to Larson and Stewart through 1 and 2. And Larson is going to be clear. New leader, Kyle Larson. Quick here at the beginning. Perhaps the class of the field with Kyle and Tony Stewart. Up ahead, going to be 31st place Michael Truex Jr. He's going to be the last car on the lead lap. Chase Elliott and Greg Biffle in 29th. Here comes Larson, going to make easy work here. Next time by, we're going to take a look at the field where they are all running. You can see the gaps as well. There's Dale Jr. out of the pit season 30th. Second, now 3rd and 4th. Jimmie Johnson, Richard Petty, they're going side by side. Wiki looks like he lost a lot of time. This bit's well back in the field now. 16th. Wow. Was running in 8th, I believe. 7th or 8th. Or 9th, sorry. Your leader again, Kyle Larson's got Tony Stewart closing a little bit. 3/10 faster than last time. Even quicker that lap while getting by Earnhardt Jr. Let's go. Full house here at Gateway for the Stock Car Championship Series. It's another great race so far. Round 12 of 36. You see Stewart closes in huge there as Kyle Larson tried to go low on Chase Elliott. gap down to 2/10 now as it's still 2.5 back to third place Richard Petty. No pressure from anyone here. Stewart can take his time and probably would set this up pretty easy. Bolstetter looking to get back to the front. Potentially stay there. Oh, almost pushes Larson there in turn 1. Larson is in trouble. Can't get there. And it's going to put Tony Stewart to the high side. Getting by Larson. Now can he get by Chase Elliott? Oh, he's up high. Larson almost gets to the side. See the front right of Larson is lurking there. Now Jeff Burton way off pace. Ooh, 3 wide. What a moment in turn 1. Jeff Burton might need to get he's a bit off pace here. Hold on. 37. Yeah, he's too far off pace. Much of the leader is now coming by. See if he can get that damage repaired. Stewart, in the meantime, closing in on 25th now. Gray Biffle. Shoots the gap. Carl Edwards goes high, and he's actually going to be the one that loses the lap first. Jeff Burton, he's looking for pit lane. And Stewart on the inside of Gray Biffle, trying to make this work. And he does. Much faster car here, showing incredible pace at this point in the race. And in a moment, just want to check on Jeff Burton. We'll get back on track here in a moment. Stewart out by 0.8 here. Kyle Larson still in quite a bit of traffic behind. He's going to lose a lot of time here the next couple laps. Almost a third of the way now through this race. It is flying by. Check on Jeff Burton one more time. Pace and track again and make sure he is up to speed. Here's your current points leader coming into today's race. I don't believe he'll be your points leader leaving. It's so tight at the front. He is currently running 11th, just has not had the speed really all day long. So, gonna need a huge turnaround if he wants to find himself at the front. Here's Jeff Burton. Making its way back out. Gonna have to show some speed here, as the leaders are not far behind. We'll monitor this just for a lap or two. running 37-second lap times that last go around. So if he can get it in a 36s, I think we'll be okay. In the line, he's got a pretty good lap, it seems, with the fresher tires too. 35.3. It's going to be his fastest lap of the race, so definitely got that repaired, or that damage repaired. 2.5 seconds the gap. Tony Stewart to Kyle Larson, actually showing 2 seconds now. So there's Richard Petty and Jimmie Johnson, 3rd and 4th. Petty having a great run. For the back seat, Gordon, Bobby Allison. He's got Dale Earnhardt Sr. still in the mix. This is 23rd place, Terry Labonte going a lap down. Got Brad Keselowski as well. Keselowski, he won earlier this season. Able to pick up the win at Chicagoland. Getting reports of debris down the back straightaway. Perhaps fluid, actually, maybe from Jeff Burton. So SCCS keeping an eye on that situation. It is both fluid and debris. We are going to have to bring out the yellow flag here on lap 66. Caution is out. Tony Stewart is your leader. Just got around Brad Keselowski, and that will give him the lucky dog. Heartbreak for Terry Labonte in 23rd. Just unfortunate timing there. Cars coming around to pick up the pace car. Let's see who decides to come to pit lane. Tires are crucial here. This could really split the field up. Excuse me, trying to find a camera here. Tony Stewart, Larson, Petty, Jimmie, all the leaders so far. There's Bobby Allison, Dale Earnhardt, Alan Pearson. Let's see if anybody stays out. I think that is more important. But tires just showing how important they are. Nobody even taking the chance. Yep, everybody in. Down the front stretch here come all of the leaders. See how it works out off the pit exit. Ooh, Gordon gets held up a bit by his teammate, so does Earnhardt. So Stewart gets away. He'll be off first. Larson, Richard Petty. There you got Jimmie Johnson and Bobby Allison, your top 5. Earnhardt drops back a little bit. Not too bad. Tony Stewart remains your leader with Kyle Larson second. Larson will have the preferred line on the restart. That will be critical for the lead of this race, because we know the outside has worked on the start and the other restart we've had, and will surely work again. It's just how fast can Tony Stewart get up the track and then get back in line so he can pass back for the lead. On lap 69 here of 200. A nice day here at Gateway. Check where we are on just race length so far. 45 minutes, so doing pretty good. Air pole sitter is out front. Everybody on the same strategy to this point. Should get one to go this time by. Cars begin to line back up for another restart here at Gateway. Shadows looming a little larger here. It's close in on 5 p.m. local time. I don't know that we'll see much of the sunset, but it's warm and it's humid here in the Midwest. And this track is about to get hot. See if Stewart Smoke can hold off Kyle Larson. Larson like the Iceman. Kyle Larson with 2 wins on the season. Tony Stewart searching for his 2nd win. You know, you got Richard Petty here on the row behind. Looking to get his first on the year. And green flag back in the air. Bit of a different start for Tony Stewart. He waited a little longer. See how that works out for him here to turn 1. Larson is alongside. But Stewart, he's going to get clear off of 2, it seems. Can he get there? Oh, not quite. It was close, though. He could have a good run into 3 and be able to clear in 4. Oh, is he able to send it in? Is it enough? I don't think so. That was a good attempt, though, if you're Tony Stewart. Really gave it all he had, and now he's just got to focus getting back in the run. Not losing too many more spots here. Oh, seems unfair to be on the inside. Just at such a disadvantage by being on the car. But he has made it to the front already. You know he can do it, and probably will again. On lap 73 of 200. Obviously still plenty of time. Larson all the way. Just about half a tenth here. Jimmie Johnson is clear of Stewart. Stewart with a terrible exit off of 2. Even Richard Petty was looking 3 wide. What happened? Petty had to jump out of the line, and it's going to cost Stewart even another spot on top. Just not going well here. He's got to hope Larson starts slowing down and holds up the rest of the field where kind of like we saw in that first run. Richard Petty 3 wide. Inside Bobby Allison. Out the outside. Stewart is going to go 2 for 1. Nice move by the King. Perfectly timed. Behind him, we're going 3 wide. But Kyle Busch backs out. Kyle up into the top 10. He's had a bit of trouble today. He's happy to be up here running with the lead group. Potentially knock on the top 5 if you get by these 3 cars here. Joey Logano, Cale Yarborough, and Earnhardt Sr. He's got room now to the high side if he wants to get in line. Stop. Tries to stay with almost a 3 wide scenario. Logano just cannot clear Cale Yarborough. Stewart finally back in line down to 6th. So the top 7 have gotten just Logano and Cale Yarborough here for 8th. Probably get there. Another good battle for a second. Teammates Jeff Gordon closed on the rear bumper of Jimmie Johnson. Gordon having a great run here at this point in the race. A winner last week at Mid-Ohio. Trying to go back-to-back. At least string together back-to-back top 5s. I know that is definitely something that would make this 2014 proud. But going the inside on his team is just not going to work. Fall back in line again. Regroup, try another lap. Hendrick cars up on the top 3. Richard Petty making it 3-car battle now for 2nd. Replace Bobby Allison. Has pressure from Tony Stewart and Earnhardt. Now 2/5 of the way through this race on lap 80. Jimmie Johnson does not seem to have the long run speed and really holds a lot of these guys up various points of the run. There's the whole field for you. Come down the back straightaway. Cars here at Gale. Petty now up to 3rd, was able to get by Gordon. Struggling with Jimmie. Let's see if now Petty can get to the outside here in turns 3 and 4. Looks very quick here. He's very close. He's to the outside. Jimmie's not going to be able to hold him off. Petty up to 2nd now. Focusing on the leader. Seen it a couple times, though, where Jimmie has been able to fight back on that little side. And Richard, way up high, got up in the marbles, couldn't do it. Announcer's jinx. Curse, whatever you may call it. He had him and just overdrove turn one. Have to regroup, give it one more go. He knows the car's quick, so. Oh, and Bobby Allison, he might get to the outside of Gordon off of turn two. He will. Gordon losing spots. Stewart's gonna follow. Now, take two. Richard Petty closes up again. Huge run through the middle of the turn, but pushes wide in the middle. Can't seal the deal. Don't want to try the inside here. Just wait for the opportunity again on the backstretch. Just how much he closes into the middle of the corner. He's there again. Jimmie just can't do anything with the 43. And clear even before they get to one. I think that was the best thing that Jimmie Johnson could have done to avoid losing further spots. And gets back up in line. Now can Richard Petty 1.3 back close up on Kyle Larson? And how does Jimmie Johnson respond after getting passed for second? So he's getting pressure now from Bobby Allison. Turn one, Bobby's going to go low. Not the preferred line and not going to work. So now Gordon will get up to the high side and make a move on Bobby Allison into turn three. Oh wow, Jimmie's struggling. Completely loose there through turns 3 and forward. Even Gordon couldn't hang with him anymore. He's like, this is bad. Let's see, that was a 36-7 and 36-1. Dangerous times. He could find himself out of the top 10 at this rate. We have a caution flag on the track. Let's see if we can work it. Oh, there it is. Harry Gate and Martin Truex. Oh, gets hooked by Ken Schrader. Heavy impacts for a few cars. Looks like Gant might be okay. Truex pulls away. Caution out again. Incident in turn 3 with Harry Gant, Martin Truex, created by a contact with Ken Schrader. How many cars take to pit lane? Looks like everybody's going here so far. I don't believe anybody stayed out. A lot of checking up for other cars in their pit boxes. Might shake up the top 10 running order depending on when they got in here. Let's take a look. Larson, he's out first in front of Richard Petty, not by much. Oh, almost contact there. Stewart's going to lose a couple. So Richard Petty now will start second, which means he should probably be your leader in about 2 or 3 laps time once we go back green. Closing in on the halfway point of this race. Been very exciting so far. The way these guys are having to set up these passes. It's definitely going to make for an intriguing finish. And, you know, when we get that last restart, we don't know which restart will ever be the last one. But when that comes, who's going to be on the outside? Because that could potentially be your winner. A little bit more cloud cover as the sun gets lower in the sky. Just past 5 p.m. local time now. Let's check our track temperature while we're at it. 87 degrees ambient, 101 on the track. So track temp's actually even gone back up as the sun was beaten down there for the last half hour. 2 cars really with trouble here. That's Jeff Burton and Mark Martin. Martin Truex also with the incident, but still only 1 lap down as of now. But for the most part, been pretty clean. Knock on wood. About to get a restart. Cars shifting back down into their lower gears for the restart. Looking to get that jump. And we'll see what Richard Petty can do. Can Larson hold him off into 1? Saw that last restart. Stewart almost cleared Larson. Just couldn't fully drive up through turn 2. There we go. Back underway. Green flag's in the air. But Petty looks pretty even with the 5. It spelled trouble for Hendrick. Oh yeah, he's really even past him. Looks like maybe out of 2. Richard Petty hooked up here, taking the lead down the back straightaway. Now can Larson hold off Jimmie Johnson for a second? Looks like he will. So first and second, there's single file. Jimmie should be able to get single file. And the top 4 now. Got it figured out. That's what you need early on. Don't be side by side for too long. The battle for about 5th is just madness with Tony Stewart being hung up on the inside again. Take this shot. front straightaway. Larson got pushed to the inside by Jimmie Johnson, who's now going to take second. Seven-time champ. Now looking to close in on the king. Battle for third. Cale Yarborough, he should move into third. Some gaps really starting to open up in the top 5. Further than we've seen really all day so far. Petty pulling away. Jimmie Johnson though. Looking to just maintain the gap and hopefully stay with them enough until the tires start to wear off. All top 10 in line. Kyle Busch on the inside, trying to make something happen, but by now I just gotta know that inside line is doomed from the start. Top 5 are Richard Petty, Jimmie Johnson, Cale Yarborough, Joey Logano, and Kyle Larson. Larson has his rear view mirrors full of the Rainbow Warrior. But Gordon looks like got loose off the 2, give up that spot to Tony Stewart. Trying to rebound after the last restart, even before this one. He was held on the inside all the way back to about 7. Stewart still has time though. Right now at the halfway point, lap 100 underway. So we are on time. Right at an hour 7, so that's what we are aiming for. Richard Petty out front here at Gateway. And we've highlighted the ups and downs of Richard Petty's season. Has not been the most consistent or the most brilliant by any means. His best finishes not been that great. Just hasn't fully put it together yet, and not to jinx him. He had a great run at Indianapolis on the mobile, and this is looking a lot like that day. Hopefully he can get a win here. Put these demons, so to speak, behind him. Out of those in the top 10 in points, only Richard Petty and Matt Kenseth do not have a win. And they are running 8th and 9th, respectively, in the standings. A win put Richard Petty potentially into the top 5 here, right back into the championship conversation. Coming off of 3 and 4, he's got the gap out to 0.4, maybe 0.5 even. Looking very smooth at the moment. Right back here is Tony Stewart. See, it looks like the top 10 now have pulled away. Top 9. When you go back to 10th, there's Hamlin and Kyle Busch side by side, teammates. Not able to figure out who should try to hunt down the rest of the top 9. But Tony Stewart, he's in 5th. Just needs a bit more luck on pit stops, I think. He's being held up now. He's the first box and just gets checked up numerous times coming into his pit stall. And restarting on the inside has just cost him time and time again. Just just get back out front. At least second for that, maybe our last restart. Good. Pull this one. Yeah, he was the winner at Michigan. Jimmie Johnson is the winner at New Hampshire. So Jimmie definitely knows how to get around these type of tracks. At New Hampshire, Petty finished pretty well, actually. That was his tied for his second best finish on the season. Yeah. So Petty definitely can get it done on a flat track. Pulling away. That's half a second now. Someone who's been methodically working their way up through the field. I can't believe we haven't mentioned it yet. So sitting there, Joey Logano. Unbelievable. Where did he start? It's a 8th. Okay, I thought he was outside the top 10. He was outside the top 10 for part of this race. I know that. Some luck with cautions and timing of pit stops. Down to his advantage. Cale Yarborough for third. This is where it really starts to get amped up a bit halfway through the race, and then that last quarter of the race especially. Stewart, he's going for fourth. Bit of shuffling going on at the front. Cale Yarborough losing 2 spots that lap. So got the top 9 all in a line down the backstretch. Goes back to 10th, and it's pretty dicey. Let's go check it out, actually. Kyle Busch is back here. Following David Pearson, that Hamlin behind him. Harvick and Darrell Waltrip. It's all to be in the top 10. Pearson right now in 10th. Kyle's going to try the inside, and we already know how that will play out. We'll get back to the front. So Richard Petty in turn 3. Still 0.4 here over Jimmie Johnson. The gap not growing or decreasing. But it looks like Jimmie's putting a little bit of space between himself and third now. So that is interesting. 36.3 to a 36.2. Tony Stewart could be looking for a way by pretty soon if he's being held up much longer. I think Stewart sees that speed difference himself and might try to make a move here. See how he rolls the center. That's where Richard Petty was really able to make it work and get by so many cars. You just don't want to be too good either one or two. Because it can hurt you if you're just too quick. Oh, Stewart gonna have the high side. Yeah, Logano. Oh, it looked like I thought he had it. Nice job, Logano, keeping the momentum up there. Stewart's got a nose up top. He's gonna be there. Logano can't hold him off. This puts Tony Stewart up to third, provided he can seal the deal and put Logano in his rearview mirror. Nice job through 1 and 2. I think he's gonna clear him off of 2 here. And can Logano get back up in front of Cale? He does. Oh, but now he goes up high. He's out of the line. There was a spot to Yarborough. Put Logano back to 5th. So, top 3 now. Richard Petty, Jimmie Johnson, and Tony Stewart. Separated by 1.6 at the line. Tony Stewart, though, looking very quick. I'm interested to see what these next lap times provide. Stewart's almost already up to Jimmie Johnson. So 36.574.682 and 388. Richard Petty ran the same exact lap time back to back. Stewart 0.2 quicker than the car in front and closing quickly. Gonna try to run that high line again here in 3 and 4. Not close enough. Let's see, pit stops should be around lap 145, so maybe another 20 laps. Oh, he's there. Stewart's going to be the outside of Jimmie off of 4. Now looking to track down the leader, Richard Petty. Oh, my. Pulls the line through 1 and 2. And clear Jimmie off of 2. Let's see how long this takes for Stewart to be knocking on Richard Petty's back door. I think the next lap time will be very telling. Off turn 2. Jimmie Johnson not losing too much time to smoke. The gap remains about 1 second. Let's see, crossing the line, 36.6, 36.6. Lap traffic about a straightaway away. Straightaway away. Stewart trying to close back on Richard Petty. Coming up on 80 laps to go. 81 at the line. Quicker that time by. That's the type of speed that the 20 car is looking for. Very good line through 3 and 4. Keeps the momentum and a huge run. Almost like a slingshot off of 4. does this do for lap times? 36.89, almost at 36.9, so maybe about half a tenth that time, but it's coming down. 0.6 the gap. Laps to go, and we got traffic looming in the distance, 6 seconds up the road. We got a pretty good lap there for Richard Petty. Having been a bit quicker than Tony Stewart. You can hear the lap traffic there in the foreground. That's how close they're getting. Tony Stewart, pretty good lap there. 3/10 better than Richard Petty. It's coming right at the end of the run as well. We should see pit stops in the next 10 to 15 laps. So we're really seeing who can make their car the best on the long run. Tony Stewart, I think Cale Yarborough, Bobby Allison. This guy's looking quick. Petty, obviously, but you're losing significant time here in the last 10 laps of this run. Stewart about half a lane up higher than Richard Petty. I think not only is he saving tires by doing that, he's getting a massive run off of every corner. It just launches him closer and closer just by doing that alone. We'll see it again. About half a lane. Keeps his nose clean. Down to 0.2 is the gap. Laps remain at Gateway. To say it is the witching hour here in the Stock Car Championship Series, winding down yet another fantastic race. A lot of competition at the front of the field. Really, all the best drivers still in this race. Not many have had much problem or falling back through the field. Stewart is there. He doesn't have too much pressure on Petty yet, but if he does here on 3 and 4, he can probably make that pass. Lap traffic a second up ahead. Could also wait for opportunity there. You can see Larson losing a lot of time in lap traffic early on. Bit of a battle back over third. Cale and Jimmie Johnson going side by side. Cale should get that out of 2, being on that higher line. Richard Petty, not great entry into 1. Forces Stewart to give a peek on the inside. I didn't want to do that. He was going to lose momentum and got 2 car lengths into 3. But Stewart really showing speed here. I think he can get Petty maybe next time by. Swerving on the rear bumper of Richard. He is all over him. Looking low again. This time Petty's low as well, going past the lap car. Jeff Burton's well out of the running way. 24 laps down at this point. Off of 4. Clear of Burton. Now they're second up ahead. We got Ricky Rudd. He's down a lap already. I think this is where Stewart's really going to close the gap and then try to make the lead before they get to too much lap traffic. Can he get there? He's close. Not close enough. Go on board again here in the slope. Fun riding along with the 20 car today. Here we go. He's going high. I think he's going to get Richard here off of 4. Set it up very well. Richard got stuck behind Ricky Rudd, but look at the run Richard gets off the corner of the lap down cars. What happens here? Oh, a shove it at the turn 1. And he's still there on the inside of turn 3 of 2 lap cars. Ricky Rudd's. Pretty crazy for Richard Petty to be 3 wide with 2 lap down cars. And now you see the pass almost complete. What a moment. And there goes Cale Yarborough. Cale's gonna go in. Petty's clear. Stewart can't get by either of these lap cars. And now they get nose to tail, which will allow faster cars to the inside. Oh my, Stewart now looking at the high side of Ernie Irvin, can't get there. And we got pit stops coming up shortly. It's just chaos here. I thought we had caution. Everyone's going a little slow. Because everybody's so off pace on these slower tires. So Earnhardt now going to the outside. Ernie Irvin, he should get there off of 4. Big move for the 3. Bobby Allison losing a ton of spots there. We're now trying to get back to Cale Yarborough, who's now looking inside on Bubba Wallace. Cale to the rear bumper of Richard Petty down the back straightaway. Battle for the lead again. Cale Yarborough outside. He's there through 3 and 4. Is he going to get around the bonnet? He is. Cale Yarborough is going to take the lead here on lap 136. What a pass. You see Richard Petty turns Stewart going to the inside on the lap traffic. It is jammed up here. Richard Petty's hitting pit lane. Stewart keeps it going on the inside of Neil Bonnet. He's going to clear. Hopefully try to make up a quick lap before he comes in. What a frantic 5, 10 laps that was. Now faster car with Gary Dean, fresh tires getting by Stewart. Pure chaos for about 3rd, 4th on back. So Jimmie Johnson, Joey Logano, they're on pit lane. So Kyle Larson. Petty now exiting. Kyle Busch. So here's Tony Stewart. He's staying out. Cale Yarborough came in. For Tony Stewart, I think this is the lap. But it looks like he is remaining out on track. Earnhardt, Richard Petty. It's Earnhardt. It's Bobby Allison. See where Richard comes out here with a few cars that did pit already. Got Cale Yarborough on the out. He's on the access road. It's going to be close, but Petty will get him. These fresh tires, look at that. I think Tony Stewart's going to lose 8 minutes time. Oh, he missed. Tony Stewart missed pits. Oh my gosh. Back up across the track. Keeps it going. What a moment for Tony Stewart. I cannot believe he didn't crash. Watch this one more time. Misses it entirely. Still tries to hit the commitment line. On the rumble strips. I thought for sure he's going to snap back across the leaders. Oh, almost Kyle Larson. He's out of gas. Yellow flag is out for Tony Stewart. Oh my goodness. Carl Edwards out of gas. Wow, what a moment. How that is going to shake up the front of the field. You know, everyone was coming out at different times on different strategies. Going to be at 60 to go here as we're crossing the line. One more stop for all these cars. See the pace car allowing cars by here. Gonna get everyone back in order. So we got the leaders back over here. It's going to take a minute to clear all these cars. And from what I am seeing... Okay, Jeff Gordon... These cars will get the wave around. So we're seeing Jeff Gordon and Dale Jarrett still haven't gotten around. Make sure that does happen before we get back to green. There we go. Everybody cycled around perfectly. So, that gives us 19 cars on the lead lap. Setting up for a crazy final 55 laps, just over 50 laps here at Gateway. Completed about 180 miles so far. Got another 70 plus to go. Cars will get the one to go this time by. And right now, Cale Yarborough sitting in the catbird seat. May not be leading the field to this restart, but that outside line is everything. Right now, Cale Yarborough, we said it earlier, whoever's going to be on the outside on that last restart, that's who could win this race. And, you know, I'm not saying this is the last restart, but I don't know if we'll get another one. And it's going to take, you know, a pretty hefty incident for there to be another caution. Richard Petty does have speed. Can he clear Cale into turn one? It's going to be all about the jump and then how much speed he can carry through turn one and then clear in turn two. Because you can't keep it low on turn two. Also got Logano out there on the high side. He's just been lurking around and waiting for his opportunity, and I think this could be it. About to go back green. Cars cycling again through the gears. start for Richard Petty. Looked like he got away pretty good. A few lanes on back. Definitely spun the tires. Pretty bad. Kyle Larson and David Pearson. Huge backup halfway through the field. Cale Yarborough, though, he's going for the lead. I think he's going to get it. And he does. And turn 3. Richard is trying to keep it close. He does stay on the inside. He just give him a chance here down the front straightaway to get back in line. And he's going to get there. Oh, no, he's not. Joe's going to say... Top 3. Oh! Earnhardt and Kyle Busch get into it. Dale Sr. might have damage off of turn 2. See how he handles 3. That was heavy contact, though. Seems to be doing okay, despite losing a few positions. Oh, now 3 wide. Maybe he's a little off pace after all. Don't want to be out there again and get twice the damage. Let's get back to the front. Top 4. We've said it before today. All right there together. Not with these 4 specifically, but it seems to be that 4 cars or so can really break away. They got Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty, Joey Logano, and Jimmie Johnson. Coming up on 50 laps to go this next time by. So who can put it all together and get the win here at Gateway? Yarborough pulling away as now Logano and Richard Petty side by side off of 2. Logano looks quicker. Just can't get by here in 3. Oh, Richard way up track. Out of the groove. That's going to give Logano a great run, but the high side just really works to his advantage there off of 4. All this is doing is allowing Cale Yarborough to pull away while 2nd through 4th use up their tires. Kyle Busch, he's in 5th. Do not count out that 18. Now Jimmie trying to set up Richard Petty the way that Richard got hit early on. That outside move off of 4. So 34.7 to a 34.8. A little quicker for Richard, but he's going to have to keep at it if he wants to get back to Cale Yarborough. 0.6 up ahead at the moment. It's going to take probably about 6 to 8 laps of that type of work to get back to him. Quite a few cars on that last caution. Seemed to have ran out of fuel. Carl Edwards, Clint Boyer, a few cars maybe with damage or just went a 2nd lap down in that last green flag run, but quite a few cars towards the back now. Let's check something out. What's the story here? I saw this in my peripheral. I had to check it out. These guys are really going at it back here. I saw 3 and 4 wide. Back to the front. Jimmie Johnson. Oh, he's on the outside. I thought he was going to get there. see Dale Sr. got around Kyle Busch. He's had a slip up last time around. Cale a little quicker. Doesn't seem like there's much of a challenge to be made here, at least from Richard Petty at the moment. He's not able to really close the gap. Jimmie Johnson looks to be quicker. He could maybe get by, get up to Cale, see how the tires wear, as well as the last pit on lap 138 will give him to lap 140. Means they can probably go to 185 at the furthest. Jimmy's going to lose a spot going low. So, less than about 25 to 30 laps away from their last stop. And I think it's going to be whoever pits first is going to get the advantage, provided it's green flag. But whoever makes that first stop, they just make up so much time in just the one lap of fresher tires. You lose like 2 seconds on older tires. Tony Stewart's up to 28th. That's about as high as he's going to get in today's race. 2 laps down, first car, 2 laps down, but there's just so many cars 1 lap down, and just can't really move forward anymore. So, big blow to the 20 car. Kyle Busch, your points leader, he's up here in the top 10. You see him just outside there in 8th. Jimmie Johnson running in 4th. Kyle Larson also in this lead group. Cale Yarborough leading the race, 5th in points. So what I'm seeing here is all this is going to do is even make this points battle even tighter at the front. That's into the last 5th of this event. 40 to go this time by. Earnhardt's closed in on the top 4. He's there. And so is Joey Logano. Logano's looking high on Richard Petty off of 4. Just doesn't have enough momentum though. Definitely the best of the day here at the front as we close out another great race in the Stock Car Championship Series. It's been action left and right, and we have kept many of these cars on track. We're going to lose a spot to Jimmie Johnson, going low there through off of 2. Just seen it time and time again. You try to make that pass on the inside, you're going to lose positions. Only once, or maybe twice in this race have we seen the inside work. And it was a miracle that I don't even know how it happened. Jimmie gonna get one more shot here at the top 2, I think. See what he can do with it. Jimmie leads the season in top 5s and top 10s. Been flawless in that category. Not flawless, but leads everyone by at least 2 or 3 in each category. And he's finishing in the top 10 is typically a top 5. Cale Yarborough continues the lead. Lap traffic about 12 seconds up the road. quite a ways still, but is something to keep in the back of your mind as we get closer to the end of this race. Pagano loses spots there as Earnhardt gets by for 4th. About a second a lap here they're gaining on the back of the field. They'll be there probably quicker than they would like to be, or quicker than they even anticipate. One thing to consider, they can make it to lap 185 on fuel and tires. However, you could short pit coming around lap 175, even coming as early as now, and avoid the lap traffic for a bit. Try to put on some laps without any other leaders around. That could be the winning call. Like we said, the first car in pit lane could win. And I think 25 laps might give you the perfect amount of fresh tires. Maybe come in at 170. But yeah, it's getting interesting at the front. You see Ernie Irvan just crossing the start-finish line. When do you make that stop? Dale Earnhardt on the rear. Oh, Richard Petty out in the wall. He's in the marbles. Going to lose a couple spots to Jimmie and Earnhardt. Keeps up the momentum here on the outside momentarily, but Earnhardt will clear into turn 1. Big moment for Richard Petty, not what he was wanting. It's there. We'll get the run off of 4. Not quite. Jimmie kept it laying up high enough. Now we're at 169. It's coming down to it for the leaders. Ooh, Jimmie goes up way high and Earnhardt sent it in. Earnhardt now up to 2nd. He is on fire. Number 3 to the front, like we mentioned earlier on in this race. Had quite a bit of bad luck lately. 4 out of the last 6 races in DNF. So a win or even just a top 5, what it could do for his season. He's currently 15 in points, and not at all where he expected to be at this point. Round 12 of 36 on the season. Well, we might have had a caution there, just had to double check, but fastest lap of the race now belongs to Cale Yarborough. He got it here on this last run. Got down to a 34.07. Track cooling down. Fresh tires is what they can do for you. What can Dale Earnhardt do for you? Can he close up on the 28? 30 laps remain. Bit more passing back there for 4th and 5th. Jimmie Johnson, Kyle Larson. Looks like Logano back there. And Bobby Allison mixing it up. All top 7 all together. Barreling down the backstretch, separated by less than 2 seconds. Earnhardt's got the momentum. He's got the line. He's to the outside of Cale. Off of 4. Dale Earnhardt's going to take the lead here. Under 30 laps to go. Earnhardt looking for his first win on the season. Can he get it done here at Gateway? A very popular win. And that first one does eventually come. Did incredible at Indianapolis, as we mentioned. And Richard Petty had an incredible shot at winning. And speaking of Richard Petty, here he is on the outside looking for a second. Looking to follow Dale Earnhardt. Potentially challenge him for the win. Petty all out of shape though in 1. Under braking, he was wiggled all sideways. He should be able to get the spot though off of 2. Can he keep pace with the 3? Meanwhile, Yarborough sinking like a rock from the first time out. 4th. He's going to be 5th off of turn 4. It's incredible difference that Highline makes. 6 seconds ahead. It is a lap traffic, and we are just about 10 laps away from our next pit stop. Within that range, so I mean, you could come in any time now. Definitely make this work. If you're Cale Yarborough, might as well. 25 to go at the line. Anybody have anything for Earnhardt at this stage in the race? He's got a 0.5 second lead over Richard Petty. If you're Richard Petty, pit early. Worked earlier in the race when he got by Tony Stewart and Cale Yarborough. Almost identical lap times, 8:08 to an 8:07. Kyle Larson all over the rear bumper of Richard Petty. He says, "No, Richard, you're quick, but I'm really fast." And Kyle Larson not waiting around, looking to pass Richard Petty. And so Earnhardt's really got to worry now because that 5 car is quick. We know Petty's quick. Larson's fast. There's the gap amongst the top 7. Heading into turn 1 here. Laps winding down that Gateway. Sun setting in the horizon. The track is cooling down rapidly. Let's take a look even. 106. Or I believe at 118. Maybe at the start of the race. Dropped down to the 90s at one point with the cloud cover, but jumped back up and now cooling again. Lots of ebb and flow to the track itself here. And Kyle Larson is 2.5 tenths faster. Quarter second that lap. Larson is just like a machine. In fact, this was the top 3 at Indianapolis. Earnhardt, Petty, and Larson. But Larson was the one able to get by the 2 in the closing laps and win the race. And here he is again. Gets by Richard Petty. Now he's looking to get by the Intimidator. And this would potentially be his third win on the season. Can't think too far ahead here, as we do still have one stop to go and 20 more laps. At the line, here we are, 20 to go. Who's going to be the first to hit pit lane? First to blink. And who's going to lose any spots here with the traffic? Okay, that's very important. Another second and a half up to Ricky Rudd. So the leader's doing okay for now. Larson, though, with the outside, could get a huge run off of 4. I thought he was going to get to Earnhardt's right rear and potentially get the outside on the front stretch. Definitely quicker than the 3 at the moment. What will new tires do? Everybody continues to stay out. Larson continuing to check that line. He knows that if he can get there, then it's a wrap. This car looks so much quicker. Heavy traffic for our leaders. Very heavy traffic. I don't know where Dale Earnhardt's going to go, but he's checking high side. Goes too high. Does he? Or is he going to clear both out here on the outside? He's trying to get by Rudd. He will. What a move by Earnhardt. Hold your breath type of moment. But now, going 3 wide into 1, still on the outside. Got Kyle Larson following his tracks. Off of 2. Nicely done by the top 2. Richard Petty coming to pit lane. That could be the move right there. There's Larson to the outside. Larson outside like Dale Earnhardt, but they got Neil Bonnet up ahead. They're going to have to split him in down here in turn 1. Oh my goodness. Where's Neil Bonnet going to go? Larson, they get stuck. So does Earnhardt. They're both stuck behind Bonnet. They don't know where to go. It's like people are trying to pit. Jimmie Johnson and Bobby Allison, they're going to make it. Earnhardt gets the lead back here. 15 laps to go. I think this time by you have to come in. You can't let Petty get more than 2 laps on you. What this is going to do for Larson, though, it's going to prevent Earnhardt from getting down. And Larson's going to get that lap advantage if he does pit. And he does. Earnhardt could be in trouble now. Staying out way longer, I think, than he wanted to. Just didn't have a choice at that point. I am interested now, though, where Petty is on track. Here he is. Gets by Cale. You see Bobby Allison, Jimmie Johnson down on the inside. Getting back up to speed. Close there for Jimmie. Did pretty good. Earnhardt's on the access road. He's coming down. Richard Petty. Can he get back by Kyle Larson? Larson's exiting. There he is. Not gonna get the lead. He might have fresher tires here towards the end. That's going to be his only saving grace. Even Jimmie Johnson gets by, though. Jimmie up to second with Bobby Allison third. Where does Dale Earnhardt fall through here? There you see Richard Petty coming down the front straightaway. Down and away. I think Earnhardt had damage repair as well. That really held it up. So he's going to fall back to maybe fifth. Big moment. So Earnhardt out of the picture. Jimmie Johnson now second. He's got to try to close the 1 second gap on Petty. Oh, wow. But not going to do it with this much lap traffic. Bobby Allison's going to move up to second. Petty setting sail, closing in on 10 laps to go. I mentioned earlier, Richard Petty, he's in 8th in points, Ken's at 9th in points. Only 2 cars without a win in the top 10. Looks like it's going to be down to just 1 car in the top 10, provided Kenseth remains there. Richard Petty out front by 2 seconds. Jimmie just losing time now to Bobby Allison. Little battle back here for fourth. 4th or 7th really fighting it out, and then Dale Sr. trying to close back in on that. He must have had repair damage from me and Kyle Busch got into the wall. Here's Bobby trying to shoot the middle. Alright, 10 laps to go. Oh, we got a caution flag. Oh, that changes everything. Who was Bill? Oh. Terry Labonte run out of gas. Misses pit entrance. Gets there. Goes wide again. And then runs out of gas. Oh, wow. That is the very last thing Richard Petty wanted to see, because he knows that inside line, you can't do anything. And this is Bobby Allison's race to win now. Wonder if we should make this a single file restart to make it fair for Richard Petty here in the final lap. I think we're just gonna have to stick with the double as we have. So Terry Labonte running out of fuel here in the closing laps brings out our caution flag on lap 191. Not many laps remain here. Gonna be pretty chaotic finish, I imagine. And Richard Petty may be SOL yet again, getting his first career victory. gonna have Bobby Allison and Kyle Larson out there on the outside. Just gonna be very fast out there. Might get one to go this time by, but we will extend it if need be. Okay, still going. I think with 5 laps to go, we'll be back green flag racing. Make sure everybody has fuel back here. Okay. See all the rubber built up on these leaders. Enduring race. Lots of lead changes, lots of battle at the front. I'm not even sure who really has led the most laps today. It's been a variety of cars. Should get the one to go this time by and get everybody lined up. Petty again be on the inside where he does not want to be. But lane choice still not provided here in the AI until it is. He is at a disadvantage, I would say. And we've seen it at other tracks too. That inside line just does not seem to be the best way to go in most cases. You just have to lift so much. Either way, 5 to go at the line. Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, that's your front row. I imagine Bobby Allison will be the leader off of turn 2, maybe at the end of the first lap off of turn 4. Then you got Jimmie Johnson and then Kyle Larson to the outside on row 2. And Kyle Busch. Should be exciting here as they make their way around 3 and 4. Pace car is going to pull in. Who gets the jump? Good start for Richard Petty. He's got a full car length. He does have a car length into 1. And he's going to clear Bobby Allison off of 2. No, he doesn't. He doesn't go up high. Stays low. Bobby Allison has a huge run. He could have done it. Oh my God, he had it. But Bobby Allison gets there off of the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Now Kyle Larson to the outside of Petty. Oh my gosh. He was there. Larson, potentially the fastest car all day. Stalking the 12. Under 4 laps to go. This is where you'll get him. Make him move. He's going high. Larson going for the lead off of 4. Kyle Larson down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go. Outside on Bobby Allison. Into turn 1, he's still there. Bobby Allison sends it in deep, but with that run that Larson's going to get, Bobby Allison just has to hope he can get back in line in 2nd. And he does. Kyle Busch in 3rd. And they're side-by-side for 4th with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt on the high side. Looks like he'll probably get 4th. But Larson pulling away from Bobby Allison. Now about 0.2 of a second down the front straight. 2 laps to go. Earnhardt pressuring Kyle Busch for 3rd. But I don't see anybody getting to Larson's rear bumper here in the closing lap. Earnhardt's going for third. He'll get there on Kyle Busch. White flag in the air here at Gateway. Bobby Allison, 1/10 of a second back of Larson. Larson holds the line through 1 and 2. Car length gap down the backstretch. Earnhardt closing in third. Final corner. Bobby Allison gets really close. Can't quite get to the outside of Larson though. Larson's going to win his third race of the season here at Gateway. What a win for the 5 team. Pulling it off late in the run. Playing the restarter well. I thought Bobby Allison was going to pull away. Also thought Dale Earnhardt had it. Richard Petty was clear. Richard Petty really should have won that race. He was plenty in front, just somehow took the inside line still. But there's your winner, Kyle Larson at Gateway. His third win of the season. Just on fire right now. The fastest lap goes to Cale Yarborough. Indeed it does. Here's your finishing order after 2 hours 16 minutes. Starting 6th, Kyle Larson wins the race. Bobby Allison started 10th, finished 2nd. Kenseth up 10 spots from 20th, so good run for him, good save. Should keep him in the top 10 in points as well. This will be our big move of the race, actually, is Matt Kenseth. Great job for him. Stewart started first, finished 23rd. Just rough luck on that pit entrance and sliding out and running out of fuel. Just snowballed for him. Mark Martin never really got to race, and he started 14th, finished 40th. Got about 3 laps, and that was it. And Jeff Burton, the car involved in that incident, finished 27 laps down. Both those guys just had a rough day. Terry Labonte, Clint Boyer, Carl Edwards. They all had some issue or another. But again, Kyle Larson, your winner here at Gateway Worldwide Technology Raceway. What a win. Let's see if we can go back now. And we'll check all the incidents through the race. So here is the incident. Not too bad. Let's go. Lots of damage. Bird just got sent so hard. Bobby Labonte 3 wide here. He's going to get pinched up, certain. Yep. Nice shot to the front. Oh, hard hit for him. Across the nose of Truex. Lap 19. Good hit for Harvey. This going about a third or fourth way through the race. Close call for Earnhardt. That was an interesting incident. Schrader just turned down and hooked the 19 into 33. We saw this one live. Pretty static. Kept going though. Ford's gonna get some. Oh, not exactly. I'm sure. A big one there. Close call. got into it a few times door to door. That is it for our incidents here today at Gateway. Everybody except Mark Martin finishing today's race. Even Jeff Burton was able to crawl it home. So really good to see the attrition rate here. But we'll be back on next Monday. That's going to be a race from Iowa. Iowa Speedway be 300 laps and a night race, so that should be very exciting. Again, Kyle Larson, your winner here today. Incredible win, getting the pass done in the last 10 laps. Very similar to what he did at Indianapolis. Keep wondering, when will Dale Earnhardt or Richard Petty get that first win? It was so close yet again, but you know it's around the corner. Also, this Friday on St. Patrick's Day, 2 days from now, we will have our second IndyCar Legend Racing Series race. That will be taking place at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the new surface as well. So that will be their second race of the season. We'll keep you updated on those points with our next broadcast. We just aren't able to provide that broadcast with the licensing disagreement between iRacing and IndyCar. But if you're interested in that, we'll keep you updated through the season. That'll be the second race at Atlanta this Friday, and we'll report back as to those results with our next broadcast here on Monday, again from Iowa. Thank you again for joining us in the Stock Car Championship Series. Another great race in the books. Larson with his third win on the season. Potentially, I believe, will put him into the points lead. It should be over Jimmie Johnson and Kyle Busch. So we will see you again next time. Thank you again. Hope you all have a great rest of your week and weekend. And take care.